Have you ever found yourself staring at a limited stash of materials, wondering how to make something extraordinary? No worries. I've got the secret to turn minimal supplies into abundance. Prepare to be amazed. All right, so let me first introduce you to the supplies. We are going to be using paper from Aya. It's Aya's crafting company. They are on Amazon. They were kind enough to send me the paper that we're using today. Actually, they sent me 2 packs. This is the paper. It's single-sided. It's called Mary. I'll have a link below in the description of where you can pick this up. It's single-sided. This have lots of patterns. It's 12 different designs, and there's 2 sheets of each, so you get 24 sheets. But there's lots of fun patterns that you can use if you don't have something in your stash. That's what paper we're using today. So you're going to need 3 sheets of designer series paper, 6 by 6. You're going to need a stamp set for your sentiment, ink pad for our sentiment, a 3 by 7 piece of white cardstock to stamp on, a piece of 8.5 by 11 to be used for mats and layers, and then 3 sheets of 8.5 by 11 for our card bases. I chose a nice soft green color that matched my paper. So we're going to get started with this. We're going to cut our card bases in half. So we are going to cut this at 4 1/4. And we'll go ahead and score these while we're at it. We are making 6 cards today out of these minimal supplies because we all have stash of paper that we need to work on and bust our stash. And this is a great way to do it. And since it's Christmas, it's a great way to mass produce some cards with very limited supplies. So if you're just starting out, this is a great set of projects to do. All right, there's my 6 card bases. I gotta make sure I got them turned right. All right, we're gonna cut our pattern paper next, and I'm going to cut all of these at the same time. It's actually probably not a good idea, yeah. We'll cut one at a time. All right, let's pull in our trimmer. All right, we're gonna do our first cut at 2 inches. Our next cut is at 2 inches. That leaves us a 2 by 6 inch piece. We're going to take that and turn it to the side and cut it at 3. So that gives us 2 by 3s. This piece that we cut at 2 inches by 6, we're going to take and put at 5 1/2. And cut a 1/2 inch off. And we're going to make nice little stacks over here of our papers. Make sure when you're cutting, you cut right up to the line to be safe. Don't really give it a generous cut. Go right up just slightly to that line. There's 2. That's the problem when you do 2 pieces at once. You have to make sure you keep them nice and straight. Two. And we're going to take that last 2 1/2 inch piece and cut it at 3. We'll take these stacks, and cut them at the 5 1/2. And I like this pack of paper because it has different designs. It's affordable if you don't have any. Right now they are, if you're watching this on the day this comes out, it's Black Friday week. So they're doing a big Black Friday sale on Amazon. And this paper is actually part of the sale. All right, Now let's cut our mats, and I'm going to come back and pull my other trimmer back in for that. I need 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch mats, so we're just going to cut this at 2 1/4. And I have really thought about getting the new Tim Hope trimmer, but I keep thinking, I just bought the rotary trimmer. Do I need the new trimmer? I don't know. All right, should be our last cut here. And then we're going to turn this and cut it at 3 1/4. I don't think it's really a need. I think it's more of a want, that Rick wants it. Not that Rick needs it. He just wants it. All right, so that's all my cutting. So that gives me supplies to make 9 cards. I know I said 6, but apparently Rick cannot count. So we're making 9. I need to cut our paper here. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, we need these at 1 inch by 3 1/2 inch strips. So I think it'll be easier because this is a 3 by 7 inch piece of paper. We're going to cut at 1 inch. And then we'll cut these at 3 1/2. I know having a creative slump is hard sometimes, but I have found that this is the best way to not only get out of my slump, but to also make the most of my pattern paper. All right, so now we just have to layer all these up. So we're going to layer our small pieces up first. And we're going to use our Barely Art glue. I like my liquid glue. So we will speed through this. With this pattern paper, I really like that I don't have to choose a side. I can pick the patterns I want to use and go from there. Now, I will tell you one trick is when you pick a piece of paper, pick the patterns that you not only like and love, but when you're picking your coordinating paper, mix it up. Go for a bold pattern and a subtle pattern. That way you can mix and match your patterns as you go. Like, I think this pattern would be pretty if you added like a little purple to it, the matte instead of the red. All right, so we're going to start layering this up. This is an easy card sketch. When I'm using pattern paper and mass producing cards, I like to use an easy card sketch. That way I can just put them on, not think about it, and just enjoy the process. Enjoying the process of your card making and using the supplies to your fullest is key to enjoying your card making and continuing to do it. It also helps you enjoy your hobby a little bit more. So we're just leaving about a 1/2 inch border on the side over there, just to make it nice and easy. And I chose the light green because not only did it match, but it allows me not to have to put another piece of cardstock on the inside. That way I don't have to add any bulk to my card to mail for holiday cards. And I can really maximize my paper. And I don't have to pay extra postage. I will tell you how to get the template for this for free on my blog. I will tell you how to do that shortly. So just hang out, let's finish the video, and we will continue having our fun. Now, let's take and put these out in their coordinating pattern. I like to take and mix them up. So I will take, I've got all three of my little pieces. I'm going to take one of each and put them together of the different patterns. That one. And then we'll alternate with this. There we go. There's our stacks. Now let's go ahead and do our stamping. So we are going to use our Misty for this. That way I can just pop in my paper right in the corner. And I'm using a stamp set from Hero Art. It's one of their returning stamp sets from their vault. This one is called Home Scenes. And I'm just wanted the sentiment, we wish you a Merry Christmas. I could easily add one of the other little elements to color if I wanted to, but I'm just going to go for the sentiment today. Sending warm wishes would be pretty too. And you could add like the swag there. That would be pretty. I'm going to save that, and I'm going to come back and do that at the end. We're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiments first, and I will talk to you about what we're going to do with that. All right, so we're going to stamp that down. We're using, this is Tulip Red VersaFine Clear ink. It's a nice pigment ink. Now all I have to do, since I'm using my Misty, pop it in the same place. Love stamping sentiments in the VersaFine inks. And just so happens, Rick has a green too. So we're going to stamp that little swag with the green ink. I could stamp it and color it to add a little more festive to it, but I think we will just... No, I think I'm going to stamp it and then color them. So that way we will have a little bit color onto it. And Rick stuck his finger all up in the ink, y'all. I know if you follow me, y'all are so surprised. And we'll go ahead and start putting these together, and then we'll put the other parts. All right, so we're going to take our stack. We're going to add, you could easily add dimension to these if you want to. I'm going to keep them relatively simple. We're just going to add our focal image here, and then we're going to add our little piece of designer series paper all the way to the edge. Christmas, you want to make sure you keep it simple. And easily recreatable. If you followed me on TikTok or Facebook, I have been sharing the last few weeks different crafty tips to help you stay to mass produce your Christmas cards. Tips that I have always found helpful and useful. So I thought I would share them with everyone else. All right, now we're just going to add some quick coloring to our little ornament pieces there. So I'm going to grab a couple markers. I'm just going to grab some hoo-hoo markers. And I will speed through this. We're going to do your simple coloring. I'm going to add just the dark where the ribbon's folded over. And then I'll add the other color there in just a second. Sometimes you don't want to do, you want to add a little coloring, but you don't want to do all the work, the coloring process. So sometimes you just want to do simple coloring. And there's nothing that says you can't just throw down one layer of color and you will be happy. I want these to match, but I want them to also kind of stand out a little. That's why I chose these colors, because they're going to go well. They will still go with what's in the paper, but they will also stand out a little bit more. We're not doing any blending, nothing fancy. Just simple coloring. You all know me, I love to color. Add just a little darker green on those. All right, now we're going to finish our cards off by adding foam adhesive behind our sentiments, and we're just going to use foam adhesive. This is a 2mm from scrapbook.com. We're just going to add a strip of that. There, you could use wider if you have it. Add a couple little strips. This will be all the dimension we have on our cards. If you're watching this when it comes out, make sure you go to my website and check out the deals page, Crafty deals page. I have listed all of the Black Friday deals that I can find, or that I have found, or that have been sent to me, up there with links to make it easier for everyone to shop for their Black Friday crafty deals. Amazon has its own little place at the down the page, so you just scroll down. I have all the crafty supplies listed on it. There's a link, you just click on it and it'll take you to the Amazon, and everything is marked for Black Friday sale. But I will also have this paper linked below in the supply list. Really enjoyed this paper, and I have another pack that I will be using later on, so you're going to want to make sure you check that out. All right, let's pop on our sentiments. All right, my crafty friends, there we have it. 9 fun cards with minimal supplies. All made in just a few minutes. All right, now I said if you made it to the end of this video, I would tell you how you get the template for free. You can go to my website. Link is listed below, and download the November 2023 Sketch and Shine Pattern Paper Pick template. It's free. It has all the measurements, all the instructions on there. So there's that. And make sure you check out the Aya link for the paper. If you like this video, make sure you're probably going to like the video that's up next on the screen. Make sure you share your thoughts with me on this project. If you have any crafty challenges, you'd like me to tackle next. And of course, for more creative adventures, make sure you subscribe and like the channel. And until next time, happy crafting. And remember, a little goes a long way in the world of paper crafting. Happy crafting. Bye, guys. Love you.